scientific convocation. Indian Medical Association is doing its 5th year anniversary. Indian Medical Association Banjara Hills is doing its 19th scientific session. I welcome you all to this program. As we know, we have our chief guest, Sri Ujjal Buyan Garu, the Honorable Justice of Supreme Court of India. He was a busy man. As you all know that the Lordship will be busy in his office continuously. A long schedule of programs, a long busy schedule he is having for past few days. He should come on 22nd actually to deliver a message for us who should be punished, either AI or doctors. But unfortunately, he was so busy the other day with the retirement function of the Chief Justice and loads of work, pressing issues on him. Still, we need to appreciate his love that he came today and made us happy. That is his interest and love for doctors. A big round of applause to him for making it possible, despite he is busy on 22nd. He wanted to stay actually 22nd and 23rd with our doctors community, but the pressing issues made him not to come yesterday. But still he made, sir, we thank you, we appreciate your presence. It was so great for us, so honor. And the beauty is, it's not his first time coming to our Indian Medical Association. He also came in the 3rd annual function also, and he encouraged us a lot. He's having great love and affection towards doctors and their families, because he does know, and his family is having doctors. His brother-in-law and sister and lot other family members are doctors. So we are so happy for that we are blessed with a doctor's family, and he is a doctor of the society. We can call ourselves as a doctors, but he cleans the society. We are also cleaning the society for diseases, and he cleans the society as a doctor in doing justice to the needy and favor to the needy. So we are so happy to see you today, sir. That was a fabulous and wonderful opportunity we got. Commonwealth Medical Association is comprising of 56 countries, and we are so happy that Dr. Professor J.A. Jailal has graciously given us the opportunity to get this program to Hyderabad. Despite Delhi is having the opportunity, every country will be performing this program, but despite all the things he kept aside, he had a great and love and affection for IMA Banjara Hills, because he installed in 2021 IMA Banjara Hills. Now, as I asked him to again touch this badge, the medallion, because he medallioned me that day, installed me that day, and we are continuously having that fellowship and friendship from past 5 years, and we are so much thankful for him for giving us this opportunity to host this program in Hyderabad. And this is a historic importance, as you all know that never ever in the history, in the Asian continent, this kind of conference happened. And it is a great historic moment for all of us, especially to Telangana State IMA. Our Kishan Saab is here, who is the present president, also National President Ravinder Reddy Saab is with us. So we are very happy. We have the Malaysia sitting with us, Malaysian Director for Health Services. We have UK University of Bath, Dr. Rajesh Shivaprakashan. He is a renowned transplant surgeon and renal transplant surgeon, and also an entrepreneur. Like this, we have from Dubai, we have the Shivadhan Raj, and almost we have a lot of Sri Lankans here. We have a lot of Tamilians. Lot of countries have participated so far. So from USA we have. So yesterday, as we heard that, American and Indian relationship, AI is nothing but the paradigm, and the word she used was fantastic by the US Consulate General yesterday, and the ministers was here. You have already witnessed that great function, and also I feel that you have already got a lot of information today on AI yesterday. We have still three more to go, because my professor, I can recognize him, he was sitting, Dr. K.J. Reddy, a renowned, sir, can wave your hand, a renowned orthopedic surgeon from UK, and he is my professor and director for SBS Institute of Health Sciences from Mahbub Nagar, and he is in Hyderabad Apollo Hospitals heading as director and head for orthopedics, and he takes care of all the premier actors and actresses. Their shoulders and the joints are in his hands. So such a wonderful man we have. So we are privileged to have the esteemed guest, Samudrala Venugopalchari is the backbone of this program, who was the advisor. He is the former central minister, and also he was a representative for Telangana government, and he is a fabulous man who does and work for the service, and he is also kind of doctor. He is a MD in homeopath, and he is a doctor, and he is having so much love for all of us that he gave for past 2 months. I'm irritating him, I'm giving a lot of trouble. I know my wife is also having a problem with me. The case should not go to our Judge Sab. She is also very much irritated for past 2 months as we are working very busy. And Gopal is another person who is suffering from past few days from my side. There's some people, my team, who are working continuously to make a grand program here, to keep all these things before you. I had my team of people, Elizabeth, and we can wave your hands, Elizabeth and Harita, and loads of people, including my hospital staff. They were bearing me from past, Sandeep Reddy, and lots of people are there to do this program. And you have witnessed how it was yesterday with 700 plus registrations, direct registrations 700 plus, and the friends and dears like Ravindra Reddy and all people have worked a lot to make this a grand success. Mr. Pullarao, who was helping us, a great man. You can also wave your hands. So like this, we had enough number of people who was helping us all this time, and it has not been possible if you are all not there. You are the delegates who have got the Royal College Physician certificate, which is possible again through our Professor Dr. J. Jailal, where you are getting the certificate, as well as Telangana Medical Council certificates also. We are privileged and honored today for all these things to happen in a blessed and mighty way. And as we see this program, now some good number of doctors from IMA Banjara Hills and over the state of Telangana and other parts of India, they're all joining into Commonwealth Medical Association as fellows of Commonwealth Medical Association, which is a prestigious thing to become the fellow of Commonwealth Medical Association. And I all welcome you all to this Commonwealth who are coming into the fellowship program. I extend a wonderful welcome, a warm welcome, a hearty welcome, and I thank each and every participant who has come here, including the pharma companies as well as other companies, especially Santova. Verma has done a great job in doing registrations. So wave your hand, Verma, that you have done a great job. We appreciate all these things, and we appreciate all of the people who have been helping us and supporting us, including the media channels and all. So if any problems are there during the program, please kindly bear with us, because it's a huge event, a big event which we have taken up. With this little message, I thank you very much. Thank you all, and a special thanks to our Supreme Court Justice, who was past CJ here in Telangana State, Chief Justice of Telangana. Now he is presently, the next day itself of our program, he became Chief Justice. Sir, it's because of our IMA Banjara Hills, I think you have become the Chief Justice, sir. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming. Thank you very much.
Please give it up for Dr. Prabhu Kumar for delivering his welcome note to our delegates. And now moving on, I would like to request upon the President of Commonwealth Medical Association, Professor Dr. Jayalal, to share his insights with us through his presidential note.
Thank you. The dignified chief guest of this prestigious day of this convocation ceremony, the Justice of the Supreme Court and our beloved well-wisher and the friend of doctors community, Shri Ujjwal sir, the distinguished senior leaders of Indian Medical Association, the senior and immediate past president of the Commonwealth Medical Association, Professor Dr. Murugaraj from Malaysia, the president of the Malaysian Medical Association and the World Medical Association steering committee member, Dr. Tirunavukarasu, the very veteran leader whom all of us respect and we consider as one of our great friend, Dr. Ravindra Reddy, the past national vice president, the president of the Telangana Medical Association, Dr. Kishan, the president of the Tamil Nadu Medical Association, Dr. Sengutuvan, the distinguished fellows of the Commonwealth Medical Association, and the fellows to be admitted into the Commonwealth Medical Association. I deem it a great honor and privilege to address before you representing the Commonwealth Medical Association as its president. Commonwealth Medical Association comprises of the 56 countries which far and off from the different countries and the different continents, and it encompasses the major countries like Australia, Canada, British, and the smaller countries, Malta, Jamaica, and Samoa, and almost 37 countries of the Commonwealth Medical Associations are the small islands and small countries. But one thing which the Commonwealth we always consider it is all are equal. So this is a principle and the philosophy with which the Commonwealth Medical Association is working. We have developed 12 charters of working access in affordable and accessible access to the healthcare for all the human beings in the Commonwealth, and the AA literacy for the every doctor in the Commonwealth. Stop TB program, which is one of the menace, and 2/3 of the tuberculosis patients are living in Commonwealth countries, so we taking the fight against that. The climate change, and the Commonwealth Medical Association is taking a priority agenda and then working with various member countries on working on the climate change. And mostly now the youth power empowerment is one of the philosophy which the Commonwealth Medical Association is working. We know even India, 160,000 doctors are going to come out every year, and it is always true in Africa and a lot of countries. A lot of doctors are coming, young doctors, and they are the opportunity for them is less. The challenges for them are big, and the portfolios or avenues for them are becoming shrunken. So at that time, and we need, and we extend our hand with the Commonwealth Medical Association, young medicos, and be with them, support them, walk with them, and handhold with them, and provide them opportunity for them, the good postures and higher education venues. So all these are the avenues and the pillars of the Commonwealth Medical Association. When I took over the charge as the secretary of the Commonwealth Medical Association, when my president, Dr. Murugaraj, was there, and subsequently I became the president, we realized it is not possible that only the few number of people or only the National Medical Association heads of the National Medical Association can achieve this. We need a lot of people, lot of volunteers, lot of people who with a social standing and academic standing needs to come together and support this vision. It is not possible when we say that affordable and accessible healthcare education to all, unless we have a team of people to support that, and unless there is a people who come to fight for the climate change issue, unless the group of people come and talk about the need of AA for the doctors community. And that is a philosophy that led us to finding of people or choosing the people and who can stand for this common issue, who can work together with a common vision, who will have the passion for doing something to the society, who will have the altruistic mentality. And that is a dream with which we initiated the fellowship program of the Commonwealth Medical Association. And from the different parts of the country, we could get the people of that commitment, that caliber, that academic excellence, that moral uprightness and ethical principles has come forward, and they applied and nominated by somebody, and they applied to the Commonwealth Medical Association. We are here to extend the works and philosophy of the Commonwealth, that everyone should be healthy, everyone should be reach out to be the avenues of the development which we are taking. So that resulted in identifying and bestowing a philosophy of the fellowship of the Commonwealth Medical Association. This is a title which is not going to help you. It is not the title which is not going to give you anything academic, any fortunes in your life. But this is the title which gives you to happiness to someone else, that someone else is suffering, someone else country is needing, and someone else is agonizing with pain. And this fellowship will help you to extend your arm, not alone, with a group of people, so that you will be able to wipe out the tears of the millions of people and able to ensure the fairness and equity and the altruism in the society in which we are living. We know that a lot of challenges are for the doctors community, and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be, someone has to be stand there and raise our voice. It is not the doctors who develop the moral laryngitis inside the four walls of the consultation room. We want to see the doctors who can put out their nose into the social rottens and social evils and raise their voice and stand with the people who are suffering, stand with the people who are agonizing, and work with them, handhold with them, and uphold them in their future. And that is the dream we have in the Commonwealth Medical Association. For that, And we are inviting you to take this pledge or join in with the Commonwealth Medical Association as a fellows. And the fellows means everyone is equal. It is not someone, the president is big or the secretary is big. It is all of us are fellows of the Commonwealth Medical Association for ensuring the philosophy to achieve, ensuring that the fairness and goodness to be reached to everybody. For that purpose, this program is being organized here. And I'm so happy and extremely delighted. And almost 15 of you have come forward to take this a noble responsibility or the suffering philosophy and the servant model leadership that you have come forward to achieve. It is not going to give you a higher rank, the first order leadership. It is a servant model leadership. You are going to stand in the beginning, and the people who are suffering, you are going to be there to support them. So I'm extremely delighted, I'm extremely honored that you have voluntarily come forward for this human service. And I must thank my executive board of the Commonwealth Medical Association, which has scrutinized your application and said, yes, those are the people, they have the vision, they have enough accreditation, they have enough qualification, they have proved their titles, and on that basis, now you will be given this Commonwealth Fellowship. I'm extremely delighted today because this is going to be given by a man who has the highest caliber in the judiciary. This is the second time I am getting acquainted with him. And as Prabhu has said in the last meeting, in the Banjara Hills meeting, he was there with us and he shared, and he has Northeast concern. He has a lot of issues in the Northeast areas. He has a great concern. He has a great concern for the humanism. He has a great concern for the equity. He has a great concern that the doctors community, as they are doing this voluntary service, and they should be protected. This should be safeguarded, and their service and their work and their plight should be upheld. And that is a dream with which our justice is working. And it is a great fortune that today he is in our midst to hand over the fellowship certificates to all of you and bless you and infectiously spread the vision and thoughts into your mind, so that you will be empowered, equipped, and innovated and invoked to serve the community with all the passion and all the dedication, all the commitment which you have to have as a doctor community. Friends, this is a noble opportunity. This is a unique opportunity. And what we are going to look at you is, do not look only at the local level. During the COVID time, we used to say one verse, unless your neighbor is safe and no one is safe. Because the the virus has no boundary restriction. It can cross any boundary. It can cross any region and any race. So unless our neighbor is also happy, unless our neighbor is also healthy, we cannot be healthy. So the concept of global health is emerging, and we need to go beyond our corridors, we go beyond our area to look into the needs of the people. India is one country which supported the many countries with 1 million doses of the COVID vaccine so that we could eradicate their problems. Similarly, you have knowledge, you have skill, you have opportunity, you have a vision, you have equipped with any mantras which are needed for alleviating the suffering. So on that ground, I wish and hope that you will work hard, you will show all your talents, what you have, and the skill, your talents, to give to someone else. I always used to say, as a usual proverb we used to say, when you want to be happy, do not get married. But if you want to give the happiness to someone, get married. That is true for the fellows of you today. And if you want to be happy, this is not the fellowship which you needed. But if you want to give the happiness to someone else, yes, this is the right choice you have made. And that ground that I urge you, I invoke you as the president of the Commonwealth Medical Association, and welcome to you, the family of Commonwealth Fellows, so that let us all work together, joining hands together with the ultimate vision. We are here to alleviate the sufferings of the humanity. God has given this opportunity. God has given this blessing. Let us utilize that for the welfare of our fraternity. I take this opportunity to also to congratulate my beloved brother, Dr. Prabhu, the extreme hardness with which he has worked, motivated, arranged this wonderful conference for the 2 days with the 700 people as a delegation. It is marvelous, and it is only Prabhu can do that. Because Prabhu could do it because he has a good team of colleagues to work with him. Whether it is Gopal, Sandeep Reddy, that Elizabeth, and all those, a big team of the people who has been with him. Because of the team, and he is able to accept. And he always proved that team stands for together everyone achieve more. It is not individual Prabhu. It's a together, everyone achieved more. They have proved it, and we salute you. And we also thank all other dignitaries, especially my immediate past president, Dr. Murugaraj, and all the colleagues who are here to witness this program, and all the guests are here. And bless these people, these soldiers, as we say in the Hippocratic Oath, I consecrate my life to the service of humanity. The word consecration is a very, very strong word. It is a dedication. It's not something like I become a doctor. I am consecrating my life. So let us take that. We are consecrating this fellowship for service of humanity. May God bless you. May the Commonwealth Medical Association is getting benefit, and the entire humanity get benefit through your commitment, through your service, and through your coordination, through your friendship, through our fellowship. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir, for that absolutely insightful presidential note. And now, we shall now commence with the presentation of fellowships, and we commence with the induction. And to do the honors, as sir rightfully said, we have our chief guest with us today, Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan ji from the Supreme Court of India. A huge round of applause, sir. And I shall be now calling out the names of our fellows who shall be inducted. I would now like to call upon our immediate past president of the Commonwealth Medical Association, Dr. Murugaraj Rajthurai. Round of applause, everybody, to do the honors for the induction program.
Very good evening, Honorable Justice, Dr. Prabhu, my President, Professor Dr. Jailal, members of the IMA, members of CMA, fellows of CMA, and the organizing team, and all the participants. Before I start the induction of the convocation, I'd like to say a few words about my president. Like how Dr. Prabhu said that he was disturbing all his team for the last 1-2 weeks. My president has been disturbing us every day for the last 1 year. Since he took over from me. Actually, last year, November, is when I reluctantly, very unhappy to give my president thing to Dr. Prof. Jailal, because I was enjoying the 2 years of being president of a very esteemed association, the Commonwealth Medical Association in 56 countries. But I'm very glad and happy and proud that of Prof. Jailal. He has done very well in the last 1 year. He has taken us to nearly every state in India, but also he has invoked the 56 country members, many member country who were actually not very active in the last few years. He has made them active, and he has taken us places. So, President, I take this opportunity to thank you very much. Okay. So, we shall start the induction of the convocation, and I welcome all the fellows. Mr. President, I, Dr. Murugaraj, immediate past president of the Commonwealth Medical Association, herewith present the following 15 candidates
Please
who are
stand, the fellows,
scrutinized and recommended by the Commonwealth Medical Association Executive Committee in favor of admitting them as fellows of the Commonwealth Medical Association.
Thank you, IPP. I, Dr. Jailal, the President of the Commonwealth Medical Association, by the virtues of the power vested on me by the Constitution of the Commonwealth Medical Association and recommendation of our Executive Board of the Commonwealth Medical Association, herewith admit you as the fellows of the Commonwealth Medical Association. Henceforth, you are entitled to wear the post-nominal title FCMA, that is Fellow of the Commonwealth Medical Association. I wish and hope all the best for you.
Huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. I shall now be calling out the names of the fellows for the induction program. As we move forward for the induction program, I now call upon Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan from Supreme Court of India.
I want all to be quiet, and I really ask all people to come down and sit forward to listen the message, which will be extemporary message. I know how he speaks. So I request all the people, Varma, Santa ask all people to come and sit. All the people outside and near the kitchen area also keep quiet, please. Everybody keep quiet and look at this message and hear, and it will be a great message by our Honorable Justice Sri Ujjal Vianji of Supreme Court of India.
So we welcome you.
The President of the Indian Medical Association, Professor Dr. Jayalal, Dr. Prabhu of the Banjara Hills Indian Medical Association, all the fellows of Commonwealth Medical Association, Indian Medical Association, delegates, and dear friends. A very good afternoon to all of you. At the first instance, let me apologize to all of you. I was supposed to come yesterday, but because of some reasons, I could not come. But this Dr. Prabhu, he's so persuasive that I had somehow to squeeze in some time, and today I am here. It appears that Dr. Prabhu would have been a better lawyer than a doctor. He is so persuasive, and I'm sure he would have got very, very favorable orders for his clients. In fact, I'm very happy to be present here today at the Commonwealth AI Global Summit organized by the Indian Medical Association in collaboration with the Commonwealth Medical Association and endorsed by the Royal College of Physicians and Surgeons of Glasgow. Hyderabad is not new to me. As has been pointed out, I was here as a judge for 2 years in the Telangana High Court, also as the Chief Justice. Just one day before I became Chief Justice, I had attended a conference of Indian Medical Association, Banjara Hills, where Dr. Jayalal was also present. It's a coincidence that next day I became the Chief Justice. But it also goes to show the proverbial healing touch of a doctor. In fact, I was told, and accordingly I have prepared a speech about artificial intelligence at the bedside. Who is liable when machines decide legal consequences? But I won't go into legal intricacies, because I am here in a conference of doctors. I'll try to make things very, very simple. I am from a family of doctors, actually. Half of my family members are doctors. My father, though he was a lawyer, he had great regard and respect for the medical profession. So he ensured that his eldest daughter becomes a doctor. 2 of my sisters are doctors, their husbands are doctors, the children are doctors, their spouses are doctors. So from general surgery to intensivist to ENT to gynecology to robotic surgery, we have everything under one roof. So whenever doctors invite me, I can't say no, because it's like my extended family. I feel very comfortable in the company of doctors, not only because I feel assured that nothing will happen to me, but also because I feel that sense of, that fraternal sense that I am in the midst of my family members. I must compliment the organizers for organizing this summit on such an important and contemporary topic. Before I confer the fellowship to the distinguished doctors, let me say a few words about artificial intelligence and how it is impacting the medical profession and the legal consequences. The march of technology is unstoppable. It is an irreversible progressive trend. It affects governance, business, and citizens alike. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is transforming healthcare globally. The advancements in AI have the potential to optimize patient care, streamline administrative processes, and improve disease identification and mitigation. But it has its own set of drawbacks. But first, it is important to understand what artificial intelligence is all about. Let me put it as a layman. As the name itself suggests, it is intelligence which is artificial. And if I may use the expression superficial intelligence in contradistinction to human intelligence. According to Britannica, AI is the ability of a digital computer or a computer-controlled robot to perform the tasks commonly associated with human intelligence. In ordinary parlance, it would mean prompting a machine to adopt the intelligence of a human being. Artificial intelligence has two components. Firstly, it is a branch of computer science dealing with simulation of intelligence behavior of computers. Secondly, the capability of an application to imitate human behavior. Friends, nowadays we are all used to Android phones. It has become a part of our lives. AI is inbuilt in these devices. If you have any conversation with your mobile phones in close range, you would be surprised that as and when you go online, your mobile will display various advertisements or literature about those very products you had discussed. Likewise, if you watch a particular program on your mobile or listen to a song of a particular singer, the next time you go online, you will see similar type of programs or hear songs of that very same singer. The moment you land up in Hyderabad, your Android will display and speak in Telugu language. This is the capacity of artificial intelligence. Whether it is Alexa, whether it is Siri, it is quite apparent that artificial intelligence has started impacting our day-to-day lives in a significant way. Regulators across the world are taking strides towards regulating AI-based medical technologies to ensure patient safety, address ethical concerns, and protect data privacy. While specifics of these regulations may vary, at present, most national regulatory authorities are regulating AI-based medical technologies as medical devices. For instance, in the US, the US Food and Drug Administration has been actively working towards developing guidelines for use of AI in the drug development process, as well as for AI-driven software as a medical device. In 2019, the United Kingdom's National Institute for Health and Care Excellence, in collaboration with the National Health Service, introduced the evidence standard framework for digital health technologies. This document outlines the rules for digital health products, including apps, softwares, and online platforms, whether they are standalone or used in conjunction with other health tools. These initiatives aim to establish clear rules for AI medical devices, focusing on the entire life cycle of these devices, including aspects relating to cybersecurity, data privacy, and post-market monitoring. The program also addresses challenges such as algorithmic changes, potential bias, and the interpretation of AI-driven decisions. In India, regulation of AI in healthcare is done through a web of laws applicable to healthcare and AI technology independently. AI-based healthcare solutions like diagnostic tools, medical devices, or software used in treatment would generally be classified as a medical device and would be required to comply with the Medical Device Rules 2017 notified under the Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. As you are all aware, in India, only a registered medical practitioner is permitted to practice medicine upon obtaining a license from the National Medical Commission. When AI is being applied to perform functions which include patient evaluation, diagnosis, or management, etc., the functions are likely to constitute the practice of medicine, which would trigger licensing requirements prescribed by the NMC. At present, the applicable laws in India do not cater to the possibility of AI holding the license to practice medicine in India. Then we have the Telemedicine Practice Guidelines of 2020, issued under the Indian Medical Council Professional Conduct, Etiquette and Ethics Regulation 2002, providing a framework for the legal and ethical use of telemedicine, including AI-based technologies. The guidelines allow for remote consultations between doctors and patients through digital platforms. However, the role of AI tools in these consultations is still primarily supportive. The guidelines provide that AI can be used as an assistive tool, but must always operate under the supervision of a licensed medical professional. The final responsibility for the diagnosis, treatment plan, and patient outcomes lies with the healthcare provider and not the AI. At present, the Information Technology Act 2000 and the Information Technology Reasonable Security Practices, Procedures and Sensitive Personal Data Information Rules 2011 constitute the data protection framework in India, which is in the process of transformation, given that the Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 was passed by the Parliament in August 2023 and is in the process of being implemented in a phased manner. AI systems in healthcare often process sensitive personal data, such as medical histories, diagnosis, and genetic information. At present, patients' personal information, such as medical history and physiological conditions, are considered sensitive personal data or information under the data protection rules. Now, when we talk of medical history and this data, let me point out that in 2016, DeepMind, a technology company in the UK, partnered with the Royal Free London NHS Foundation to develop a detection tool for acute kidney injury. However, there were allegations of DeepMind acquiring the records of 1.6 million patients without an appropriate legal basis, including consent. And it was in fact found in breach of the UK Data Protection Act by the Information Commission. DeepMind was subsequently bought by Google. Google DeepMind is now facing a class action, a legal action, for the unauthorized use of NHS medical records. For Project Nightingale, Google entered into a partnership with Ascension, one of the largest healthcare providers in the United States. Through this partnership, Google received the medical data of around 50 million customers. The transferred data was not anonymized, and patients and doctors were not notified or asked for consent. In another case involving Google, the tech giant entered into a partnership with the University of Chicago to develop machine learning tools with medical application. For these purposes, the University of Chicago transferred hundreds of de-identified medical records into Google. In Dinerstein versus Google, Mr. Dinerstein, the plaintiff, and one of the university's patients, alleged, among other claims, breach of contract against Google and the University of Chicago for violation of the US Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act. Independently of the major privacy and data protection issues raised by the misuse of health data in AI application, this signifies or underscores a bigger issue, and that is concentration of technological innovation and knowledge in the hands of a few big tech giants, with every major digital company investing in AI technologies for health. The growing accumulation of power and health data in the hands of big technological companies via a relaxed understanding of the requirements for the lawful secondary use of data may have unsought consequences for the social dimension of the right to health. As you all know, right to health is a fundamental right. It's a second generation fundamental right. It is likely to limit beneficial innovation for health systems and the public domain. So, friends, you have seen that there are unintended consequences of application of machine learning in healthcare systems. While I was the Chief Justice here in Telangana, I received an invitation from the Association of Robotic Surgeons of India to address them in their conference. And when I was told that the conference would be held in Goa, I immediately agreed. I said, I will go. Later, when I realized that I'm going to address a conference of robotic surgeons, then I became very, very apprehensive about what I am going to say to these robotic surgeons. During the conference of robotic surgeons, I had raised certain questions as to whether in the course of time, a robot can be conferred artificial personhood like a corporation. Friends, in law, we have two categories of persons. One is a natural person, like you and me, and one is an artificial person, like a company, a registered company, or a corporation, or even a Hindu idol also can be an artificial person. The surgeons asked me as to what would be the legal implications of such a declaration of a robot, surgical robot being declared as an artificial person. A robot possessing artificial intelligence would be a second generation robot. Right now, I am told that in India, we are using the first generation robots, we have the computer application and program, and accordingly the robot performs. Such a robot would be in a position to attend to the patient, clinically diagnose the patient of her ailment, and may even perform surgical interventions independent of any monitoring by the surgeon. That would be a step towards conferring legal personhood upon robots. Throughout the world, a debate is underway whether to create a legal personhood for robots with artificial intelligence. As a matter of fact, on February 16, 2023, the European Parliament adopted a resolution to create an electronic personhood for intelligent robots subject to fulfillment of certain characteristics. You may have heard about a robot, a humanoid called Sophia. Sophia is a humanoid robot with artificial intelligence, has impressed several interviewers with her sophistication and the ability to answer the questions put to her. So much so that she was granted citizenship by the government of Saudi Arabia in 2017. In USA, the robotic surgical instrument or the medical robot Da Vinci has been approved by the Food and Drug Administration as being substantially analogous to laparoscopic surgery. According to me, many patients visit a surgeon or like to be operated upon by a particular surgeon, not only because of the surgical skills of that surgeon, but also on account of various other factors, such as the profile of the hospital where he works or where he would perform the hospital, his team, or use of robots in surgery. A surgeon using a robot for the surgery earns an income not only for his skills, but also for applying robotics. Therefore, if a surgical robot is declared as a juristic person by a fiction of law, would it also not be entitled to a share of the surgeon's income? We have in Hindu law the Hindu undivided family, HUF. It's a distinct SSC. HUF is an SSC apart from the Karta or the other members of the HUF. Like the Hindu undivided family, in income tax law, a surgical robot can also be a distinct SSC separate from the surgeon SSC. I found that the distinguished robotic surgeons present in that conference really liked this idea, as they thought that by this process, they would be able to save a substantial part of their income from income tax. Current research in the field of artificial intelligence shows that it is capable of interpreting radiology results with accuracy and can also diagnose diseases like diabetes thoroughly. With various inventions being made in robotics, it is possible that the world could witness a fully autonomous robotic doctor in future. If scientists are to be believed, the world could witness a robotic doctor by 2035, not very far off from today. As the scope of artificial intelligence increases and the possibility of a robotic doctor becomes a distinct possibility, there is a greater need to analyze an associated aspect. The liability of artificial intelligence in case of medical complications or failure. There can be various situations where such a scenario can emerge. What happens when a surgical procedure carried out by a robot is not successful? What happens when there is a collateral damage? Is the surgeon to be blamed or the robot is to be blamed? Likewise, in cases of long distance robotic surgery, which is now which has become quite common. A surgeon sitting in Hyderabad can carry out an operation in a district headquarters or in some faraway place with the help of with the help of Likewise, in cases of long distance robotic surgery, which is one of the biggest advances in health tech sector, due to disturbance in technology, a perfect surgical situation can go wrong in a matter of moments. In such a case, who takes the responsibility? Or the responsibility would lie with whom? Further, being based on computer programming, a robot or by extension robotic surgery would be vulnerable to hacking. It is there a remote possibility which may jeopardize the life of a patient. These are important questions which are required to be addressed. Friends, there is a human aspect as well. The increasing reliance on AI could undermine the human aspects of healthcare, such as the doctor-patient relationship. There are concerns that patients may feel alienated or lose trust in their healthcare providers if AI systems take on a larger role in decision making, potentially reducing human empathy and judgment. After all, for a patient, the doctor is next only to God. Ordinarily, patients repose complete confidence in a doctor. At the end of the day, artificial intelligence can never replace the soothing words or the proverbial healing touch of a doctor. Friends, technology can be a great leveler, but at the same time, it can also become a barrier to many sections of our society who face severe hardship, handicap in accessing healthcare as well as justice. Therefore, our collective endeavor should be to achieve excellence in the medical or the legal profession. And for this, use AI for the optimum, to the optimum, but at the same time to remain on guard so that there is no misuse of AI applications for which human oversight is crucial. As I have said earlier, technology can aid in achieving excellence, but at the end of the day, it is the human mind which is supreme. While technology is welcome, we should always remember that technology is the child of science. It is born out of the womb of science. Science is the art of reasoning. So also is law. Law teaches us to reason and to question. Friends, there is a provision in the Indian Constitution which deals with fundamental duties of every citizen. It says that it is the fundamental duty of every citizen of India to develop scientific temper, humanism, and a spirit of inquiry and reform. The oath that you have taken today speaks of humanism, speaks of scientific temper. Our Constitution is a scientific document of transformation. If we believe and respect the philosophy and ideals of our Constitution, it will usher in a spirit of inquiry and reform, which is the sine qua non of scientific temper. It is only by inculcating scientific temper and by eschewing hate, divisiveness, and obscurantist ideas that we can march ahead. In a modern, forward-looking society, we must shun superstitions and superstitious beliefs. There is no place for such regressive thinking in a modern, forward-looking society. Law and science are partners in this constitutional journey of progress. This is the only way forward, and there is no other way. Thank you very much for inviting me to be a part of this historic occasion. I congratulate each one of you, and my best wishes are with all of you. Thank you very much, and God bless.
Give a standing ovation to our Supreme Court Justice Sri Ujjal Bhuyan for the excellent extemporary message. Finally, our justice says that doctor or healthcare provider will be liable for the mistakes or data or whatever data chori bolte na sab kuch doctor is liable, and finally doctor is the healing touch. Thanks for the wonderful words, sir. We appreciate your presence and the wonderful message. Thank you very much.
Huge round of applause for Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan from Supreme Court of India. Thank you so much, sir, for your insights. And now, our convener for the event, Dr. Prabhu Kumar, along with President of CMA, Professor Dr. Jayalal, would like to present the IMA Banjara Souvenir 2025 to Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan. Huge round of applause. Presenting the IMA Banjara Hills Souvenir 2025 to Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan ji. Thunderous applause, ladies and gentlemen. And now we shall start with the felicitation address by our eminent dignitaries. We would like to start with Dr. Murugaraj Rajathurai, who's the immediate past president of Commonwealth Medical Association. So we welcome you once again to the podium.
Very good evening again, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Justice. thank you for the insightful speech. I think past 2 days, we all were thinking, doctors were all thinking like heroes. Okay, we've got AI to help us and we thought our work is going to get easier. But after your speech, we know that we have to be careful and doctors are still the heroes. But we can embrace artificial intelligence to a certain extent, but with the risk being on us. So whoever is going to rely totally on artificial intelligence, we have to remember what the Honorable Justice has advised us and his experience internationally with cases against Google and everything, how we need to protect the data. So I think we will need more artificial intelligence events and courses and workshops, and also medical legal advice and advice from the legal system on how to take this forward and how to protect the interests of the doctors coming forward. And again, I'm not going to take a long time. Again, I welcome all of you and the new fellows, and I look forward to next event of convocation where there will be more doctors coming forward, applying for the fellowship of the Commonwealth Medical Association and becoming members of the Commonwealth and fellows of the Commonwealth, and looking forward at actually we, Professor Jailal and me and the Commonwealth team are looking forward for a team that we can work together with in 56 countries. And last year I was in Chogam in a small island called Samoa, and there's a lot of work that we can do in small islands. I think we all know about the small island development scheme that Commonwealth Association is looking into, where we can help small islands and poorer nations and advise them on in the healthcare, what to do, how to go about, and see how we can help them to fund through the Commonwealth Secretariat and so on. So welcome again, fellows, and look forward to more fellows. Thank you very much for giving me the stage to say a few more words. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your gracious message. And now I would like to call upon Dr. Thirunavu Karasu to deliver his felicitation address to our fellows. So we welcome you. Huge round of applause for sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the Honorable Chief Justice. It was indeed very insightful. I think what he has said, our Chief Guest has said in conclusion, is that no matter how high-tech you are, we still need the high touch. And no matter how high-tech we want to practice, the responsibility and accountability is still on us. And then ultimately, whatever we do, whatever technology we have, it has to be centered on the patient, what the patients can benefit, at the same time how we can maximize and optimize technology in the ambit of the law and governance, ensuring that ethics is always practiced, and then with that, again, the focus is always to our patients. And thank you very much, Honorable Justice, for a very insightful, and coming from Malaysia, I learned a lot of things in the last couple of minutes that you spoke about from UK, from US, and I'll take it back and then convey this message back to Malaysia as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. I would also like to welcome onto the mic over here Professor Dr. Rajesh Shivaprakasham, who's the transplant surgeon and chair of Artificial Intelligence and Robotic Surgery Research, Barts Health. Huge round of applause for sir.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the kind words from the Chief Justice and the clarity in what you think we as medics need to do. And I think what it puts us is that the responsibility with CMA, IMA, and Malaysian Medical Organization and rest of us in the Commonwealth, that we have to develop a system which addresses SIR's concerns, and by that, gain the trust of our patients and public. So therefore, really, I'm thankful for the words of your clarity in what we need to do, and congratulations to the new fellows, and looking forward to working together with all our medical organizations to develop a framework that we can pass on to our patients. Congratulations, and thank you again.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your thoughts. Last but not the least, I would like to call upon the podium Dr. Ravindra Reddy to share his thoughts today. Huge round of applause again. We welcome you, sir.
30 seconds is the time allotted. Sir, congratulations to the all fellows who are going to be given the certificates. And we are honored, sir, to have you as chief guest. It's the second time that a guest judge has come to the Indian Medical Association. Last 25, 30 years in Telangana, we have never had a judge coming, High Court judge, now the Supreme Court judge. We are really honored, sir. And one word, artificial intelligence is very great, but it has got its own limitations. Ultimately, it is a human brain which applies to it, is responsible, has some, it is a little, some minus point also. Thank you very much, Babu, Prabhu Kumar Chalagali, for giving this opportunity. Thank you very much. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, sir. And now we shall proceed with the ceremony, with the fellowships to be presented as a part of the induction. I would like to call upon, once again, Dr. Murugaraj Rajathurai, immediate past president of CMA, for the presentation of fellowships for the induction program. I shall be calling out the names of the fellows one by one to receive their fellowships. Fellows, please stay ready as I call out your names. Starting with Dr. S. Karthik Prabhu, Director of Karthik Polyclinic from Coimbatore. Round of applause for sir. Indeed, a grand moment for us as we have the President of CMA, the convener, the Chief Justice, the Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan, who's joined us for the convocation ceremony. Thank you. I would now like to call upon Dr. Shivaraju Venkatarangarao, a consultant neurosurgeon from SVR Hospitals from Vijayawada. Round of applause. So we welcome you to the stage. Wonderful indeed, wonderful. Up next, I would like to call upon the stage Dr. Mallavarapu Tirupura Sundari, who's the consultant obstetrician from SVR Hospitals, Vijayawada. Ma'am, we welcome you. Please keep changing the PowerPoint as we proceed with the ceremony. Welcome, ma'am. A fellowship indeed very well deserved. Calling upon our next fellow, Professor Dr. Rayapu Ramesh Babu from Tirupati, Andhra Pradesh. Applause everybody, applause everybody. These are very well-deserved fellowships by each and every one of you with us today. Congratulations to you, sir. I would also like to call upon Dr. P.W.C. Panapite, Deputy Director General of Medical Service from the Ministry of Health, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Everybody, round of applause. I'd like to call upon Dr. Prabhat Ranjan, MD of Pathology and Consultant Pathologist from Patna, Bihar. A very well-deserved fellowship. Congratulations to you, sir. Calling upon Dr. Shiba Jayalal, who's the Consultant Reproductive Gynecologist from Annamal Hospital, Tamil Nadu. Round of applause for ma'am. Up next, we have Dr. Gopalakrishna Jagati, who is a consultant physician and also the secretary of IMA Banjara Hills. Round of applause for sir. Sir has also been tirelessly working through and through during this two-day summit. Congratulations to you, sir. Calling upon Dr. Vale Surya Teja Mahidhar from Hyderabad. Round of applause, Hyderabad. Coming up next, we have one more fellow from Hyderabad, Dr. Borapatla Sandeep Reddy. Congratulations. Congratulations. And now we have with us Dr. S.G. Balamurugan, MS and MCH, a consultant surgical oncologist from Guru Hospital, Madurai. Thunderous applause.
In circles. Circles.
Up next, we have Dr. Duvuru Amareshwar Reddy, an MD of Accident and Critical Care Medicine, also a consultant emergency physician. Congratulations to you, sir. Sir is from Velamal Medical College Hospital and Research Institute from Madurai. I would also like to call upon Dr. P. Kishan Porondala, who's the President of Indian Medical Association from Telangana State. Huge round of applause. Calling upon Dr. Gaurav Chauhan, who's a consultant physician from East Delhi. We welcome you to the stage, sir. Calling upon Dr. Ashok Kumar Sithala, who's a consultant physician and a former professor of medicine from Osmania Medical College, Hyderabad. I would also like to call upon Dr. Kiran Peddi, who's a gastroenterologist and IBD specialist from Hyderabad, India International MRCP examiner, and research scholar in Gen Artificial Intelligence. We also have with us Dr. Nusrat Fari Sayyed, who's a professor of surgery, Deccan College of Medical Sciences from Hyderabad.
Circles. In circles. Circles. In
Calling upon Dr. Nusrat Fari Sayyed, professor of surgery from Deccan College of Medical Sciences in Hyderabad. Up next, we have Dr. Shailesh Sudhakar Kore, DMRD, ADHA and AFIH from Mumbai, a consulting radiologist and occupational physician for Safety and Health Auditor, Department of Industrial Safety and Health, Government of India. Congratulations to you, sir. And now we have with us Professor Dr. Sachin B. Ingle, MBBS and MD in Pathology from Sadleshwar Pathology Labs, Maharashtra. Ladies and gentlemen, this calls for a huge round of applause as today, during the convocation ceremony, our fellows receive their very, very well-deserved fellowships from our chief dignitaries on the stage. A big thanks to all the dignitaries on the stage for having done the honors for today's convocation. Round of applause, everyone. And a mighty, mighty congratulations to each and every one of our fellow today. I request all the fellows to join us once again on the stage for a group photograph with our dignitaries. Calling upon all the fellows, please come along with your fellowships. Yes, absolutely. And let's brandish them with a lot of pride. A lot of hard work has gone into deserving these fellowships today. And we call upon each and every one of you to the stage for a great grand group photograph. Please join us.
circles, in circles, circles, in circles.
Whoa, big congratulations to all our fellows. Wonderful, wonderful. I'd like to call upon Sir to deliver his vote of thanks for this convocation ceremony today.
So big thanks to the chief guest, Dr. Ujjal Bayan sir, and we are grateful on behalf of organizing committee to Dr. Jailal, who has given chance to Hyderabad for conducting this program, both Commonwealth AI program as well as the convocation here. Generally, it happens in the capital cities of the Commonwealth countries, but he has given chance with all hope and confidence on IMA Telangana and Jubilee Hills branch and Hyderabad. I think, sir, we will keep your expectations alive, sir. We will expect more programs from here. Thank you very much to all the guests, different delegates from different countries of Commonwealth and other countries also. And congratulations to the all new fellows inducted by today, and all the delegates who registered more than 800. Very well, the great response. That's the credit goes to the organizing committee as well, under the leadership of Dr. Prabhu. The thanks to organizing team, the shadow team, what we call is the war room members who worked since last 10 days and almost last 6 months. Thank you very much to everybody. Thanks to pharmaceutical companies. All pharmaceutical companies participated very well for all support given by the hospitals of Hyderabad and other people, and great support given by the all leaders of the CMA, Commonwealth Medical Association, as well as the Indian Psychiatric Society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for delivering your vote of thanks. And once again, a huge round of applause for the chief guest who has joined us today. Yes. We would now like to felicitate Sir Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhayanji. We would like to felicitate Sir. Could we have the bouquet and the trophy with us here on the stage? Sir, it has indeed been our honor and pride to be joined by you for this grand convocation. May we have the shawl for the felicitation ceremony? Honorable Shri Justice Ujjwal Bhuyan has been extremely busy, especially in the last few days. Despite everything, he has been generous and gracious enough to make the time to join us this special afternoon, especially for such a special ceremony such as this one. We are indeed absolutely grateful, sir. And this felicitation is a small token of appreciation from the Commonwealth and the Indian Medical Associations for your august presence with us today. Huge round of applause for sir for joining us in Hyderabad.
I herewith adjourn the convocation ceremony, and we will be for dispersing from the convocation ceremony process. The chief guest will lead the procession. I request the music to play.
The back-end team, could we have the music, please? You took some photos? Yes, I took some photographs. Yeah. And I'll give my. I'm so sorry. Anchor Anukriti. Next speaker. Huh? The next. And like Sir rightly said, before we started with the convocation ceremony, we shall now continue with our keynotes and our discussions on the stage. Up next, we have a very engaging topic, artificial intelligence techniques for enhancing efficiency in organizational administration and financial decision making. And to do the honors, I would like to call upon the stage our next speaker, Dr. Suresh Munuswamy, along with the chairpersons, Dr. C.H. Pulla Rao, Dr. Vasant Rao, Dr. Naresh, and Dr. Jeevan Rao. Calling upon the next speaker for the session, which continues, Dr. Suresh Munuswamy. The session, I repeat, shall be chaired by Dr. C.H. Pulla Rao, Dr. Vasant Rao, Dr. Naresh, and Dr. Jeevan Rao. So we welcome you.
Madam.
Hello, everyone. Well, for the last 2 days, I think we have been hearing all the things that AI cannot do and doctor is supposed to be doing. Yes. Yeah. Okay. said another minute. I don't know, somebody said another minute is required. Can you just check? Okay, I think I'll just get back to the presentation if that's okay. Yeah. Just to quickly recap, traditional medicine has been there for about 1,000 years. Allopathic medicine has been there for possibly about 100 or so years. And AI, as we know, has been there only for the last 5 years. So we are comparing 100-year-old experience with 5 years of AI-related work. And even within this last 5 years, AI has actually shown a lot of promise. Maybe not yet replacing doctor or healthcare, but reality is that, as you can see, hopefully from my next few slides, there's a lot of things that a doctor is supposed to do, which AI is reasonably doing. And when you ask any kind of a doctor, what do you actually do in a clinic, hospital, or in a health system? Although they say that I'm going to treat a patient or I'm going to cure a patient, reality is there are 100 other things a doctor is actually supposed to do. And most of it goes into administration. I'm just going to quickly read out a few cases which most of the doctors have to unfortunately sign up for, although they don't necessarily understand what they are doing. And this is where AI actually is making a lot of difference. Any doctor who is managing a hospital also needs to have an understanding on how much it actually costs. Nobody understands Excel sheets, but realistically they do have to sign up a lot of things that goes into the Excel sheet. So this is where AI basically comes in and broadly understands what are all the cost components, how do you vary the cost components. And to give you a quick example, if you would want to ring up a hospital and then set up an appointment, which was demonstrated today morning, and if you want to meet up with a doctor, if you are calling from Hyderabad versus if you are calling from anywhere in Northeast, you will also see that there is actually a significant cost difference, and that's called as dynamic pricing model, where it is already there if you are using Uber, and it's unfortunately also there if you are actually calling up hospitals also. Again, the patient basically thinks I'm calling up a doctor or I'm calling up a bot or I'm calling up a receptionist. It's usually AI which is actually answering the call, and depending on who is actually calling from wherever the location, it is automatically changing your cost also. So these are things that are already happening. Again, as I mentioned, broadly there are small areas where even a 5-year-old AI is actually slowly taking over. AI also does a very good job of forecasting what is your cash flow. Lot of things that we don't understand and we as doctors don't really bother too much about is the balance sheet, cash flow, and all these things can potentially be done by the artificial intelligence. One more thing that is absolutely necessary for running a hospital is tax filing. If your CA makes a mistake, mind you, you are actually liable, not just you making a mistake. So this is where sometimes people say that I can actually trust a AI better than my own CA, because there are a lot of instances where business owners are ending up in jail for a mistake that is not theirs and it is actually their CA's. Doesn't mean that AI does not make a mistake, but at least you know that you have not been taken for a ride by a known person. Account error checking is something that AI is actually better than human beings. If you are giving a lot of numbers to crunch data, we all know that calculators do a much better job than adding up or subtracting, and the same way AI actually does a much better job of account error checking. So these are areas where AI is actually getting in and hopefully making a substantial difference. And these are areas where doctor is technically responsible because you own the hospital or you are running the practice, but this is where AI is actually making a difference. There is also a lot of communication work hospitals actually does. Most of the hospitals are on social media. Most of the hospitals do have a lot of these posts that are being put out regularly, and these are all done by bots. If you write a good patient case sheet or a summary, AI can actually summarize it in much better way than human beings can actually do. So again, these are areas where AI is actually taking over, and as I mentioned, AI is only 5-year-old and it is doing a lot of things. If you want to know what your customers are talking about you as a physician or as a hospital online, again, you can't practically review each and every comment that people are actually writing on. So this is where you actually have bots which are reviewing all the comments and summarizing it to you on a daily basis. Is there any kind of a positive sentiment or negative sentiment of the hospital, of the practitioner? And if there are 10 people giving a negative sentiment or a negative review about you, it can automatically highlight before things go out of your hand. So again, these are certain things that AI is already doing. And next to communications is human resources. If you are applying to any jobs, it's usually AI that is actually checking your CV, not a human being. Most large organizations again use bots to check your CV, and if it only passes the bot, human being actually looks at it and then you will be called for an interview, and even then AI actually might be conducting an interview. The next one is documentation. Again, this is where AI does a much better job. In 2 minutes, we can't write a 100-page report. These days, LLMs can actually do that. They may not obviously be that meaningful, but the fact is something is there, and asking a lot of people to quickly write up a report, 2-page report, 4-page report, usually people get back after a week or a month, but here, if you have all the content structured, well written, you can actually summarize all those things. The next place where AI is getting in is risk profiling. Again, this depends on how much data you have. If you are having a very good electronic health record, documented all your visits, then broadly AI can actually tell you what risk you might have. Treating can be left to the doctor as of now, but risk profiling, your history analysis, previously again a speaker was mentioning, if I'm able to do a genetic analysis of myself, my previous family, then AI can actually crunch all the numbers and tell broadly what is the risk that you might actually have, whether it manifests as a disease or not, that is secondary, but risk profiling again is something AI can actually do fairly very well. Personalized therapy, I don't think any of us are writing a prescription where we are exactly measuring the medication dose, multiplying with the patient weight. That's not being done, practically not possible, but this is where automation or AI can actually help. It is usually done only in ICUs because that is where critical care is actually done. So again, even when it comes to treatment, if you want to make it even more precise, AI can actually help. Morning there was again a question where somebody mentioned can actually AI intubate a patient in a operation theater. 5-year-old AI cannot do, 5-year-old human being also cannot do, but if you wait for another 10 years, 20 years, I'm fairly sure a humanoid would be actually doing those things. So AI would be exponentially growing. Wound care analysis, again, you have got hyperspectral images which can actually see 3 millimeters even below the skin, which a human being cannot actually see even now. And it is coming out with reasonably better way to analyze a wound. Augmented video consult, augmented surgery is also happening. You can see what you are actually doing a surgery. You can do three-dimensional surgery. You can actually practice on virtual reality before you actually do a real surgery. All these things are already happening. VR therapy is also happening. A lot of psychiatric patients are also getting VR therapy. They are relatively getting better therapy to kind of treat their phobias also. Again, these are things that are actually being done. So a lot of services are actually being done or provided by AI. Digital twins are being created. In fact, we are setting up a lab for digital twins and also for humanoid robots here in Mallaredi Vishwavidyapith, where, as I said, maybe instead of 20 years, 30 years, in another 2-3 years, we should be able to at least make those humanoids walk, hold the hands of patients, make them feel a bit comfortable. At population level, precision is not required. What is purely required is number crunching. Again, here, AI can actually do a great role. Well, as I mentioned, and I'll probably end up very quickly, AI is only 5-year-old. Please do not compare it with 100-year-old service or 1,000-year-old traditional medicine. Wait for 5 years or 10 years. I think AI would significantly replace a lot of work that doctors actually have to do. I'm not telling it's going to replace doctors, but 90% of the jobs are also going to be replaced. But medicine will improve. The requirements for medicine will increase 10 times. So we all still keep to have our jobs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suresh, for that keynote. Up next, we have a very pertinent topic from pixels to prognosis, AI in musculoskeletal radiology and robotic orthopedic surgery. And we have our next keynote speaker, Dr. K.G. Reddy, Chief Joint Replacement Surgeon from Apollo Hospitals and MD of SVS Medical Dental Institutions. So we welcome you with a huge round of applause.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for your invitation. After that elaborate inaugural function, I think it is very interesting that how AI can change lives. Can we connect? Welcome. Start mirroring. If I can get my So I think artificial intelligence is taking over. Other day we had a national meeting about artificial intelligence in medical health, and somebody was questioning or asking whether it's going to replace people. It's not going to replace. I strongly believe it's not going to replace us, but it's going to replace people who are not trained in artificial intelligence. So coming to, that's my declaration, artificial intelligence is useful and we can do so many things with currently, provided used in the right way. And the estimated feature value of top AI applications, you can see robotic surgery is robotic assisted surgery. Not really robotic surgery, robotic assisted surgery is on the top of the level. AI in musculoskeletal radiology, I think it has got diagnosis accuracy, and you can sometimes do unmanned operation, but needs cross supervision, which is very important. Mainly, I think in emergency situation, in casualty where sometimes senior may not be available, so it will assist junior doctors in diagnosing fractures and other conditions. And it's a big role in osteoporosis because there is no diagnostic tool which will tell you exactly how much is degree of osteoporosis. AI might do. Learning in fracture detection, as you know, there are thousands of X-rays put in the computer, so it will match the appropriate X-ray and tell you the diagnosis. Something like this which could be missed is diagnosed by AI. Another example, as you can see. And the most important thing AI, where we apply is assessment of your treatment, because orthopedics, most of the time, everything is visible. Assessment of X-rays. You don't have to go through so much of time in drawing lines and measuring various angles. AI, upload an X-ray, it will tell you wherever fracture fixation is appropriate, going to get a reasonable result. Similarly, in joint replacement surgery, there is a big way in joint replacement surgery, and there's a lot of research going on, putting markers into the implant or prosthesis, and you can assess, because in joints what happened, there is subsidence, it becomes loose, so you can assess using AI, which is very useful. Spine, I think fractures can be assessed with AI, which can be missed with ordinary eye. And of course, MRI scan, AI supported MRI scan, you can go into details, especially the ligament injuries and osteoarthritis. You can see the thickness of the articular cartilage, how much is damaged, and grade accordingly. And of course, you can have PAC system, attach so many tools to it to make your life easy and less stressful. Robotic surgery, robotic assisted orthopedic surgeries becoming very popular. Knee replacement, hip replacement, sports, spine, and various other specialties. Orthopedics is very suitable for robotic surgery because we have fixed bony landmarks, which is reliable and reproducible. That's why orthopedic surgery, there's a big role in robotic surgery in future. Why we need robotic surgeries, robotic assisted surgeries? Because presently probably we are not up to the mark. Significant number of patients with the knee replacement are not happy with conventional surgeries. So initially static plan was done, computer navigation, and I started in PGI Chandigarh. We used to have conventional and we used to take about 3 hours. Things have changed. Later on, moved to, because of technology, instrumentation, expertise, we're able to reduce the time, maybe 30 to 35 minutes. And navigation has come, which changed to some extent, improved the accuracy, alignment. Because the conventional, we use jigs, which is not accurate. You can see both femoral and tibial jigs, there is significant outliers. And significant number of patients with the total knee replacement are not happy. So we want to improve that percentage. Commonest cause would be infection and malalignment of the component, which can be addressed with AI. So there are AI-based robots, which is imageless and image-based. CT-based robotic knee replacement is much better because we take a CT scan, assess the knee, how much is damaged, what is the size, appropriate component, which one we used, and we can reproduce within the theater, operation theater. So it definitely has got superiority over the conventional. As you can see here, conventional, there's so much outliers, where robotic, the number has reduced. And again, you can see the robotic, the accuracy, the alignment, because knee replacement depends upon the long-term results on alignment. And it has been shown it is safer reducing in embolism, especially pulmonary embolism. And it also reduces the stress, especially when you're doing a complex procedure. You can pre-plan, you can see what is going to be, you can execute, you can get a feedback system, and see what would be the best outcome. So robotic assisted surgery, robo doesn't do. We use the robo saw to do the surgeries, as you can see. And always we put a safety margin, as you can see, that blue zone, it doesn't go beyond blue zone. If it goes beyond, robo will stop, both in femur and the tibia. So that's the biggest advantage of robotic surgery, where you have boundaries of the bony boundaries, and the risk of damaging the vessels is less. And every step you can assess. You can see whether you're doing the right amount of cutting or your positioning is right or wrong. That is the feedback system you can get for the robo. And as you can see, one of the knee were done, severe deformity, some of you can understand. The gaps, what we say flexion extension gaps, or 5 and 10. Here we got 9 and 11 and 9 and 10. And probably that's the X-ray of robotic knee surgery. The biggest advantage of robotic knee surgery is we do not release the soft tissues. We correct the deformity at the bony level. That's why patient will have less pain, faster recovery, muscles will recover. We can make them walk on the same day. And it is a severe deformity, as you can see. We can plan it, execute it, and get the good result. As you can see, in a flexion also severe deformity, you can got back straight knee with equal flexion and extension gaps, which are important for a good replacement. And one of these cases, as you can see, without probably robotic help, difficult to do without taking the implant out, which has been there 20 years ago. So we can do knee replacement without taking this implant out with robotic surgery. So you can see the implant still in. Otherwise, we would have taken two-stage procedure, take the implant out, bring him back and do surgery, knee replacement, which would be sometimes difficult. Total hip replacement also, there's so much of advancement in doing, especially positioning with the cup and positioning with the acetabular cup as well as the femur. As you can see, on the table, you can assess. In this case, we plan to have degrees of 41 degrees of inclination, 11 degrees, 20 degrees. But on the table, what happened was, what was planned was too much. So we have to reduce the amount of inclination of the cup. So we can do that. It will allow you. So you can't really trust entirely. You have to monitor, supervise, step by step. And of course, robotic spine surgery, robotic in arthroscopy, a lot of scope is there. And robotic, lot of evidence, as someone, my previous speaker said, it's been there 5-6 years. About robotic knee surgery, about 10 years. Immediate results are as good as conventional, but short-term results are excellent. So that may be the future. Challenges, as we said, high initial cost, longer duration operation, which is reducible, prolonged anesthesia time, extra skills is required. But one thing which is important is the role of experienced surgeon is coming down. With the robotic surgery, you do not need so much of experience to do a good surgery. You can get trained with the robo and probably quickly reach the top. So the experience of surgeon may not be that much in future robotic surgeries. Anybody can do as good as an experienced surgeon, possibility. Will it replace us in future? No. It will only help us. It will only replace people who are not trained in artificial intelligence. Probably that is true. Take home message, all AI and robotics are transforming both radiology and orthopedic surgery. It's higher diagnostic accuracy, more predictable surgical outcomes, and you can personalize the implant to that particular patient. Feature is collaborative, precise, and intelligent. And it's important that we are unable to assess the outcomes with the present management with AI might help, because every knee joint, every operation done goes into the